Ever since we have lived in this house, we have wanted some outdoor lighting on the house because this street is so dark at night. Well, this company reached out to me and I only went ahead with it because the reviews actually seem to be really good on it. So we're gonna review these outdoor lights and see what you think. Each of these are a 6-pack of lights. I gotta say, these did come very well packaged. Okay, let's first take a look at one of the garden lights. Stick that on right there, and that, out pops the stake. So right here you have metal, you do have plastic in the stake, and also plastic at the bottom piece right here. This does twist off. This is an LED filament, and it also has a switch inside here for your settings, off, low, and high. There's also an access door to the battery, so technically you could replace it if this battery goes bad. And lastly, the clear part here is actually glass, so that is already a big plus about these lights. Next we have these spotlights here, and as you can see, it has quite a big solar charging panel for this light. So there's this clear piece that also shines light through it, which is really neat. All right, so there is the full light assembled. And I almost forgot about this extra piece here. So obviously you can make this taller by just switching this out and adding some more height to it and popping this like that. I will not need that. They do also include this wall mounting accessory with the screws that come with it. So if you wanted to, you could mount this up on the wall and put the light on it. Just another option. All right, let's go ahead and get all these assembled. And here's an instant test of what the high looks like in the daytime. That's not too bad. All right, now I have them all switched on and all the settings where I want them. Now let's just go place them. I used a large old screwdriver to get a starter hole for the base of the light. I also put them on the driveway side just so I don't have to avoid them with the mower and weed eater. For the spotlights, I tried to hammer the stake as slow as I could because of having to use the clear extension. I did find out that I wish you could have an option to not use that because of how high the spotlight sticks up and how close it has to be to our house. It just doesn't spread out very well. If there was one other negative thing that I had to say about both of these lights is the time that they stayed on after dark. The spotlights say they're supposed to last 6 to 8 hours on high, and in our yard it does not. And I think mainly that is because we are surrounded by quite a few trees, so we don't get the full amount of sunlight on these that probably needs to happen. So right now I'm setting my camera to try to calibrate as close as to what it looks to my eye. So I think right there we're pretty close to what it looks like to me. When keeping those same settings, this is what it looks without the landscape lights, and this is with. Now in my opinion, these same settings don't make it look like it does in person. So I brightened up the exposure a little bit more without and with the lights on, and you can see how much brighter it makes the landscape look. Overall, I would say the main pro to these is that they are solar, but the main con for me is that they don't quite get charged all the way because of our situation. You can find more info about these lights in the link below.